Raiders ready to act. Team can trade for dream quarterback and change the NFL scenario once and for all. First of all, welcome to this latest update. Before continuing, please leave your like to support this video. It costs nothing and will help us a lot. Take advantage and subscribe to the channel so you can receive all the Raiders updates firsthand. Now stay until the end so you understand everything. Let's go. The 2025 NFL Draft is fast approaching, and one of the most intriguing franchises to watch in late April will be the Las Vegas Raiders. With an urgent need for a new quarterback, the team seems willing to be aggressive in securing a player who can finally stabilize the position. After a frustrating 2024, where the rotation between Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell did not bring the expected results, the Raiders have a clear goal: to select one of the top names in the draft to lead the offense for the next few years. Among the talent available, two names stand out as viable options: Colorado's Shedeur Sanders and Miami's Cam Ward. The problem? Las Vegas only holds the 6th overall pick, while 3 teams ahead of them also desperately need a quarterback. For one of those two players to fall into the Raiders' lap, it will take a bit of luck or a bold move behind the scenes. That means hoping that 2 of the 3 teams ahead of them opt for other positions, or, more likely, putting together a trade package to move up in the draft and secure one of the top prospects in the class. According to a recent mock draft by The Athletic, the Raiders could benefit from a favorable scenario. Both the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns, who pick before Las Vegas, decide to bolster their defense instead of selecting a quarterback. That paves the way for the Raiders to trade with the New England Patriots for the 4th overall pick. The projection suggests that Las Vegas would send its number 6 pick and number 68 pick, 3rd round, to New England in exchange for the 4th selection. This would give the Raiders the opportunity to select Sanders, right after the New York Giants opted for Ward. Las Vegas' interest in a new quarterback is no secret. The team is determined to find its leader for the next few years, and with an additional 3rd-round pick acquired in the Davante Adams trade, there is room for movement on the board without compromising the future. If the deal goes through, Sanders would become the face of the offensive rebuild under offensive coordinator Chip Kelly. Sanders' connection to the franchise goes beyond the field. He has had contact with the team's minority owner, Tom Brady, and is also well acquainted with Mark Davis, the organization's owner. This could make it easier for him to adapt and create a favorable dynamic from the start. In addition, Chip Kelly's system, which combines traditional NFL concepts with college football strategies, seems ideal for Sanders to develop quickly. While he may not be the most athletic quarterback or have the strongest arm in the class, his skill set is highly promising. He stands out for his accuracy in passing, functional mobility, and sharp reading of the game. But perhaps most important is his ability to handle pressure and stand firm in difficult moments, something he demonstrated at both Jackson State and Colorado. Since Derek Carr's departure in 2023, the Raiders have been experiencing a true rotation at quarterback. Sanders' arrival could finally give the franchise a long-term solution and avoid more frustrating experiments. Sanders' last college season was impressive: 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and just 10 interceptions, with a 74% pass completion rate. In his combined career between Jackson State and Colorado, he has a total of 151 touchdowns. Experts are divided on his draft position, but a recent report from the Draft Network highlighted that his accuracy, game control, and decision-making ability make him a strong candidate to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Despite some concerns about his mechanics and movement in the pocket, there is a lot of potential for development. Even with differing opinions, what really matters is that only one team needs to believe in Sanders as the future of the franchise. If the Raiders are that team, there is no doubt that they will do whatever it takes to secure their top draft pick. New WR emerges as potential trade target for Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders have a clear mission this offseason: to bolster their receiving core. Currently, aside from Jakobi Meyers, the team doesn't have many high-level options to support the offense, which makes this an urgent need for the 2025 season. Regardless of who ends up leading the quarterback position, the team needs more reliable targets to keep the offense competitive. Even with Brock Bowers, a promising tight end who promises to be one of the team's main players, the lack of depth at wide receiver is evident. two good targets are not enough to sustain an offense that needs to gain consistency. And with a large amount of cap space available in free agency, the Raiders have the resources to invest heavily in the position. However, some of the best options seem out of reach. T. Higgins, for example, is unlikely to leave the Cincinnati Bengals, and Chris Godwin is one of the few big names available on the market. Given this scenario, the franchise may end up resorting to the trade market to find the missing piece. Among the possible targets, names like DK Metcalf and George Pickens appear as the most attractive options. However, if negotiations for these players do not move forward, a more affordable alternative may be Tyler Lockett, a veteran of the Seattle Seahawks. ESPN analyst Bill Barnwell listed Lockett as one of the main candidates to be traded in the coming months and highlighted that the Raiders could be an interesting destination for the player, especially due to the presence of coach Pete Carroll, who worked with him for years in Seattle. If Lockett leaves the Seahawks, could he reunite with his old coach in a new location? Pete Carroll and the Raiders are excited about the arrival of Brock Bowers, but there is still room to strengthen the receiver sector, said Barnwell. He also highlighted that the player's experience could bring more security to the Raiders' offense. Trey Tucker has the potential to be an explosive threat, but Lockett can be a reliable piece and a leader in the locker room, something that Carroll needs to know as he seeks to establish a new culture, he added. Despite his late prime, Lockett remains a reliable and productive target. In 2024, he recorded 49 receptions for 600 yards and 2 touchdowns, ending a streak of 4 consecutive seasons in which he surpassed the 1,000-yard mark. Although his best years are behind him, Lockett could be exactly what the Raiders need, an experienced receiver who can complement the offensive group and provide more stability to the offense. With a department lacking reliable options, his arrival could represent an important step in the team's rebuild. The question is, does Tyler Lockett still have what it takes to be a difference-maker in the Raiders' offense? Or should the team look to a younger, more explosive target? Thank you fans for coming this far. Now leave your opinion below, and don't forget to help the channel with a like and your subscription. See you soon.